borders, there will be increasing demand for COVID-19 tests. The delivery of quality lab services will help the efficiency and effectiveness of our response for tests as more visitors enter our beautiful country. In order for our country and people to benefit from the talents, experience, and skills of some of our most effective former ministers, my government has engaged the services of Messrs. Vance Amory and Ian Liebert. We have also engaged Kevin Williams. Mr. Williams is an experienced engineer and former captain in the St. Kitts and Nevis Defense Force, with training in wide areas of interest to national security, project conception, and management. They will all be designated ambassadors and will provide support to the government as a whole and to the office of the Prime Minister and Deputy Prime Minister on a range of matters relating to regional and international affairs, the CBI, special projects, public sector reform, rural and sustainable development, public infrastructure, utilities, alternative energy, and public policy issues. I must also advise the public of certain changes in the assignments of permanent secretaries since the swearing-in of the new administration. The permanent secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Marine Resources et al. Is Mr. Ron Collins. The permanent secretary acting in the Ministry of Public Infrastructure et al. Is Mr. Daryl Lloyd. The permanent secretary in the Ministry of International Trade, Industry, Commerce and Labor is Ms. Jasmine Weeks. The permanent secretary in the Ministry of Environment and Cooperatives is Ms. Sharon Matan. And the permanent secretary acting in the Ministry of Human Settlement et al. Is Mrs. Brenda Bonkamper. I turn now to the Parliament. The second sitting of this new session of Parliament will take place on the 13th August 2020 at our Parliament chambers at Government Headquarters. So we have moved from the luxury of the Marriott Hotel. Some adjustments to the spatial layout have been directed by the Honourable Speaker. This will result in a smaller gallery being available as we observe social distancing. Visitors to Parliament must wear their masks. The Honourable Speaker has been asked to coordinate efforts for the building of a home for Parliament outside of Government Headquarters. Several important pieces of legislation have been agreed by the Cabinet for presentation to the Parliament. Two of the bills will address our international obligations under the Caribbean Financial Action Task Force, CFATF. Specifically, these two bills will aim to prevent and suppress the financing of the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction and to make minor amendments to a number of laws, including amendments to several acts, such as the Customs Act, Police Act, Mutual Legal Assistance in Criminal Matters, etc. The bill to limit the tenure of the office of the Prime Minister will be presented for a first reading, and the National Assembly Elections Amendment Bill will provide for the length of stay that would qualify various persons to be able to vote in our federation.